All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We are taking a look at SOFI and Rocket on this lender and banking technical analysis video. Look, if you watched my last video on these, I would say SOFI, and I'm assuming Rocket as well. I haven't looked at that chart yet, but SOFI really is moving exactly as we expected, okay? It made a beautiful, beautiful run. I'll zoom out and show it to you shortly, but yeah, you get a really high RSI and you definitely need to cool it down, right? The good thing is it so far has done what it needed to and did a healthy cool down versus something scary, right? So we'll get into all the details shortly, but real quick, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up. We have our 5 moving averages. These horizontal support and resistance lines I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like and subscribe, it does really well with the YouTube algorithms. But even if you don't, just thank you so much for watching this, okay? And then, hey, if you disagree with anything I say, please throw it in the comments, all right? I am not here pretending to be all-knowing and perfect. And yeah, if your opinions are better than mine, I promise you I really want to hear them, okay? So with that, let's get into the details. I'm just zooming out real quick just to show it, all right? Like most stocks, it had a beautiful, beautiful January. Again, we get a really high RSI, and I'm telling you, RSI should not be living in this 87 world, okay? So it gets there and does a nice little cool down, bringing the RSI all the way down to 26, right? I generally say around 30 is where you need a good little turnaround, and yeah, we actually kind of see that with the RSI, but not quite the price action too much. However, again, I'm so happy we never even came remotely close to touching the 200. We've now, sorry, zoomed in too much. We've now golden crossed the 50 over the 200, right? When a lower one breaks over a big one, that's a really good thing, right? And again, now it gives us the 50 as support before we even have to worry about the 200, right? So stay over the 200 and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, okay? I don't like the struggle with the 20 that we're having. Obviously, yesterday was a beautiful break of the 8 moving average, a nice break of our 650 resistance. Today, not quite the confirmation we wanted. It actually even looked like it wanted to just go all the way, right? Like someone got caught on the wick right here. But yeah, it does not. It starts over it too, right? A bunch of reasons to get fooled out here. But yeah, is close under. But hey, well over 50% candle. We're actually still over this one as well. So I'm okay with this, but tomorrow matters a lot. Tomorrow must close over 676. I need to get at least 677, right? Give me a penny over, I'll be happy. The last thing I want is to come back down to the 650 range, putting the jeopardy, the 8 moving average, and obviously this line, right? But so far, I guess I'll take horror. Look, today wasn't that good a day on the NASDAQ either, right? I think if NASDAQ was a little prettier, we probably would have broken this 20. There were a couple other stocks that I was watching that had a similar test on a 20 and just it didn't break it. And I'm kind of blaming the markets more than the individual stocks. But nonetheless, that 20, if you watch my videos, it's a very pesky line. And getting it over it will be very, very important. So I think this entire chart lies on the 20 for sure. There's not too much more to say on the daily. We talked about the RSI doing a nice little recovery. I really wish we were still going up, right? As I zoom in, it goes a lot flatter than it does up, which I don't like, right? And obviously the MACD doesn't even have the green over the red, which is not good. You like them both doing the same thing. So overall, again, one more time, all about the 20 on the daily. Hey, this isn't a bad weekly, okay? Again, we make a nice break of the 50. We really never got good confirmation, but I like this. We definitely get a bounce. We stay over the 8 on the weekly, and now we're starting this week off. Again, it's only Monday, right? But we're still over the 8, right? Let's just get a couple good days and go up. That would be ideal. Look, we got to get to the $7 range. $7 will put us at 50% candle, and it'll make me believe that we're going to come back up to the 738, 740, right? Again, I don't want to come to 650 because it'll put me on the 8 on the weekly and the 8 on the daily, right? We do not want to come to 650 on SOFI. I think that's pretty good. Let me just see what these look like down here. Man, volume's gotten really bad. over the weekly. Actually, I don't like that at all. Clearly not the January volume that we saw, right? So that's definitely worth mentioning. That's a little sad to say the least. But yeah, I think that's enough on SoFi. Again, overall, I can't quite say I'm bullish. However, I'm still comfortable saying we're in this healthy cool down range. Don't lose 651 because then I'm going to start getting worried about these lines down here, right? But hey, at least we have the 50 buffering us from the 20. So SoFi could be better, could be worse is really all I got to say. So Rocket, RKT, man, a lot of similarities with SoFi and Rocket, and really I like that. They're both these like newer up and coming lenders, kind of playing this like I'm a tech lender, not a old school bank lender, right? So I like that the two charts kind of look the same, right? Clearly the same January run, the same high RSI, a lot lower of a RSI. Damn, this thing got as low as 10. Is that the lowest you went? Yeah, that's the lowest you went, but man, that's a lot lower than 30 for sure. Interesting. Nonetheless, you see it recovering, comes again to a really important test of the 20 and just unfortunately not the confirmation we want. Look, in a lot of ways it's decent confirmation. We obviously close over the line. We obviously close at a higher day, right? This one closed here, this one closed here. We at least went up a little bit. Nonetheless, that's not a good candle, all right? I want something that looks like this, something that looks like this, not something that looks like this, right? So same real comments with Rocket and SoFi. This is decent volume though. It's actually been some decent volume the last couple days. The only problem is we can't crack that 50, right? I like it when the volume is like this. Let me zoom in a little bit. When you get over the white line, that's good. Being near it or under it, it doesn't give it enough throttle in the gas, you know what I mean? But one of two things is going to happen. We're either going to break this 200, we're going to break the 20 and fly, or really we're just going to trade in these until hopefully we don't lose this, right? Lose the 100 and die, break the 20 and fly. That's basically the game. Otherwise, we're kind of going horizontal. Has that golden cross? It's close. It looks like the 8 wants to golden cross the 20, but again, it's just a little too tight here. And let's get over the movie. Let's get over 910, really. I'll be honest, I'm actually going to lift this up to here. I think that's a better place for that line. Take us to 917, maybe 916. I can't tell exactly what that was. 915 is actually what it is. Let's go ahead and edit this 2 cents down. We'll put it perfect. Why not? I think breaking 915 is probably the better entry here, because if you break 915, it should take you to 1080. And I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind knowing if 916 hits. I think I'd like to know if that happens. And again, an alert is not an immediate buy notification, but it's definitely a, hey, come check it out, okay? Look, this isn't a great weekly, but it's not a bad weekly, right? I'm glad we didn't lose this moving average. I'm glad we've come up. I just need some confirmation. And again, that 915, break that line, and I think that still kind of applies from the weekly. So kind of a quicker video here. They both really said the same thing, and they both kind of need to do the same thing. So I think there's no point in dragging this on longer. So hey, if you disagree with anything, please let me know. Otherwise, one last time, I appreciate your time so much. Thank you.